Hello guys, this is Terry from Genki Gaming, and we're back with a One Piece theory. This theory is about Reiju Vinsmoke. And I think I've decided to call it Reiju the Cure. In the beginning of Whole Cake Island, I didn't really know, or didn't really think, which the true purpose of Reiju being there, and what was the true purpose of Chopper also being there. Chopper is a part of this theory, kind of. Chopper was mainly just here, in my opinion, to potentially solve the issue with Big Mom. But the fact that he wasn't able to react quick enough to save Luffy, and Reiju stepped in and basically did her thing and removed the poison, shows me that if Reiju and the Vinsmokes are going to become members of the Grand Fleet, it means that the Straw Hats now have another battlefield medic per se. But going a little bit further into the detail, just the look on Chopper's face when she just strolls in, heals Luffy just by sucking the poison out of him. But the real question is, who exactly is Reiju? We know that she is Sanji's older sister. We have a couple other details about her. The main detail that I noticed while at the wedding, when Big Mom started to scream, Reiju was able to withstand that blast of Conqueror's Haki, or Hoshoku Haki. And I think that's partially due to her being genetically enhanced and having that superhuman strength and that physical ability that was kind of honed by her training regiment when she and her brothers were younger. Plus she has that outer skeleton known as an exoskeleton, which allows her the ability to absorb more damage than a normal human, and she has quicker recovery. And I think that really plays a little bit more further than what the genetic enhancements are really inferring. I believe that's partially due to the combination of the genetic enhancements and her double fruit. But she was able to bend Sanji's bars in the flashback, and she was able to basically pull them into the infirmary and talk to them, per se. She seems to be proficient with her kicks, because the kick she did to Yanji knocked him off of their ship and basically into the sea. It was as if he didn't even consider defending the shot, that he maybe thought he could tank it. And she did something similar to Smoothie. She threw a kick at Smoothie, and I think the same thing was done. Wait, those were the only two occurrences of her kicks actually happening. But she has pretty quick speed as well. She was able to evade Perospero's Candy Wave, which I think builds into her being a battlefield medic for the Straw Hats whenever they get into that final war, or the Wano War, if the Vinsmokes or Germa 66 are allies. And she obviously has medical knowledge, or at least some of it, as a kid, because she was able to heal Sanji's wound from all of the brutal beatings that he received from his brothers. And I know her medical knowledge extends into toxicology, and that's due to her affinity for poison. And as we know, she was able to quickly absorb the poison out of Luffy's body. And due to the fact that she's genetically enhanced and she has some sort of double fruit that works within that enhancement. Because after she ingested the poison by kissing Luffy or sucking it out of him, his body slowly returned back to normal, and she didn't really suffer any effects from it. She actually said it was delicious or delicate. But moving on, the poison that she kissed or sucked out of him was from a armored stonefish. Some of you may not know, the stonefish is probably one of the most poisonous fish in the world. There's been, I believe, 25 reported deaths caused by stepping on the stonefish and being stuck by its needles. And I know that there's certain ways that you can prepare stonefish to eat it, but Luffy basically ate it raw per se. He only ate the skin, which would be where the spines would be. And that poison is strong enough to apparently kill a giant in One Piece lore. So we have this poison that's comparable enough to our own stonefish that it's able to react relatively quickly within your body's system. And she just casually strolls over and gives him mouth to mouth and sucks the poison right out. But what I think her devil fruit power is, she has the detox fruit. You wanna know why I think it's the detox fruit? How quickly she was able to basically dissolve this dangerous situation by basically doing what she had to do. She basically just stepped in there. I would find it a little strange if she had the poison fruit, because she didn't seem to have any Logia property to her. So I think maybe the detox fruit idea sounds a little bit more of an intelligent guess in this situation. Because she basically takes no harm from doing it. I mean, her design changes a little bit, but it's not anything that would truly harm her body. And I'll just read to you a little bit of information I found off of Wikipedia regarding stonefish stings. And this is, of course, in Australia. It can cause envenomation and death if not treated. The stonefish is one of the most venomous fish in the world. When it's stepped on by humans, the venom is forced into their feet. And most of these stings occur from accidentally stepping on the creature themselves. And it seems like the stings can occur in the beach, not just in the water, because stonefish can survive out of water for 24 hours. But to go further, the stonefish antivenom is the second most administered in Australia. And then where everything's basically kind of out to get you or is dangerous for the most part. And just like the cookbook from the anime showed, there are ways to prepare it. They were just kind of starving and Luffy just kind of rushed in. And by rushing in, he just kind of screwed himself over. He essentially poisoned himself by not really truly preparing it. But getting to the point here, we have two big threats that use poison. I mean, technically only one big threat. I'm kind of considering Caesar a mild threat, and that's mainly due to the fact that he's engineered so many weapons with his poisonous gas. So I believe that in Wano, if Reiju is an ally, she's going to play a pretty significant role, because the Beast Pirates have Caesar's weapons. And unless Frankie creates a gigantic fan to blow the gas away, how are they going to deal with this gas being on the battlefield? Because they don't have the hazmat suits like what the Beast Pirates do. There's no way to neutralize the toxins. But if Reiju does have this detox fruit power, she would be able to simply suck in the air, detox it, or change its genetic structure to cause it to not affect the Allied forces. Basically, she would be able to alter the genetic structure of the poison itself. The other person I'm thinking that she can pretty much hard or soft counter is Magellan, his venom. I believe she would just have an easy job healing Luffy's wounds, even though Magellan's Hydra and Venom related attacks are supposed to have a lot of different toxins and venoms and poisons mixed within them. But after you survive one particular one, you'll have an immunity to it, according to what we've seen / what we've heard. I believe even with her power being detoxing, or basically converting the poison, and her not being a true Logia, I believe she's still able to utilize that poison due to her Effayet, or however you say it, Effayet. I believe that the whole pink poison thing is going to come into play. That she's going to be able to absorb the gas in Wano, as an example, and convert it into her own pink poison. And she could temporarily detox it to a certain point that the Straw Hats are not hindered by it, and that the Allied forces take no damage from it, but the Beast Pirates, their allies, and any other enemy would be pretty much in a bad situation if they inhaled it. People still speculate that she's going to play a pretty decent role here at the end of Whole Cake Island. I agree with them that she is going to do something, and that she and the rest of the Vinsmokes are going to become part of the fleet. Because I don't really feel like a deal with the Yonko Big Mom is really going to happen. I mean, you could have a temporary truce with her, and then deal with her after Kaido. Luffy could just say, yeah, well, we'll end this later. You enjoy your cake now, because Sanji's gonna bake a cake. Or something like that. But we know that with her genetic enhancements, she probably has observation Haki and probably has armament Haki. But that real feat of being able to kind of tank that wave or that cry out of Conqueror's Haki, that's a big deal in my mind. It proves that she's not fodder. It proves that she could quote unquote be a battlefield medic of some sort due to her medical knowledge and due to this poison detoxing power that I believe that she has through her double fruit. But that's been it for this theory. I want to thank you guys for the support and for taking the time to watch the video. I will probably try to cover the other Vinsmokes as well, except for Judge. I feel like everything that needs to be known about him is going to be revealed relatively soon. But I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm still working on the Whitebeard Commander stuff. I've just kind of been stalling until they brought out a little bit more about the commanders that are left. Because ISO could be someone I could easily just wait for Wano to do a theory on. But I've just kind of been working on them slowly. I have a lot of them done, but I'm gonna go back through them and rehash them a little bit. I mean, I'm not trying to wait for Wano to do the entire thing, but I'm kind of holding off on certain characters that I feel like will be impacted by Wano. people like Izo, who comes from Wano. I'm most likely holding off on him and maybe one or two others, and I'm gonna do them in a batch together for that re-recording. Well, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening. I've been Terry with Geeky Gaming, and thank you for watching.